Hi guys, I know this is like a weird angle, but if I get further away, you won't be able to see it. But I have this three drawer tower. We literally just cleaned out our storage unit, and some of this is like, I believe this was like Reborn stuff that I had. Um, I don't honestly remember all what's in all three drawers, because our stuff has been in storage for 6 years, almost 6 years. I think 6 years, because I don't know, we moved in 2019. So we moved to Texas in 2016, and we lived in the house that we lived in for 3 years. Then in September 2019, we moved into our second rental house, and then last year, 2023, we moved into this house, and we just cleared out our storage. So when we first moved here, we were living in a 1,700 square foot house, and from that we went to a 1,200 square foot house, and that included the garage. So honestly, living space was probably only closer to like 900 square feet. And then because we had to majorly downsize, we just ended up putting a lot of stuff in storage, as well as the second rental we had, the last rental we had, it had no storage whatsoever. That place, it was a temporary landing until we found this place, and we honestly only anticipated living there for a year. And then COVID happened, and a slew of other stuff happened, as well as we in the past had already purchased a house for the sake of purchasing a house. So this time we said, we are going to take our time. We're not going to buy just to buy. So we waited until we found the right house, and obviously this was it. But for the last year, we just kept putting off going through our storage unit, and finally my husband's like, enough is enough. We're either going to get rid of this crap, or we're going to bring it all over. We're going to go through it, and we're going to keep what we're going to keep, and we're going to get rid of a bunch of it, because obviously for the last how many years it sat in storage. So anyways, this was one of the things that was in the storage unit that just got shoved in there when we moved, because it wasn't a priority. Like, I know those that have been following my channel for quite a while saw when we first moved down here, when I first started like my video portion of my channel. Obviously my username has been around for years, because I used to just watch videos before I started recording. And I actually, when we lived in Minot, I did do a few videos and uploaded them, but I deleted them not long after because I hated them. But when we moved here, I got my full body silicone, and that's when I decided, you know what, now is the time. So when we lived in our first rental, when we moved down here, I did have a lot more videos because I had a space for my stuff. And then when we moved from there to the last place, I did still do videos, but it wasn't as much Reborn, and it wasn't as much real care related, because like my real cares and neonates were all put in boxes in the closet because I had no room for them. I did end up getting 2 Reborns while we lived in that house, but once again, due to space, it was just really limited on like purchasing things for them and whatnot. As well as I knew I had stuff, I just didn't know where it was at, and it was in the storage unit somewhere. So anyways, let's go through this. I've already rambled 4 minutes. Some of these things I know I'm going to eventually be putting on eBay. Like, these are some vintage Medela bottles with actual the rubber nipples, not silicone. These are like the breastfeeding bottles. I know I'm going to have more of these, purely because, this one is Infamil. I don't remember the brand, but I know in one of the totes, when some of our plastic totes we've had since I was like my kids' age. My kids are in middle school and high school. My parents bought them back when I was their age, and being moved around, and for a while when we lived in Fargo, we had a flood in our basement, so we had to move everything out of our basement till our basement got fixed. And in that time frame, a bunch of totes just literally sat on our back porch. We're like, they're in plastic totes. We went through stuff, we got rid of stuff then as well. And then the stuff that we ended up keeping, we just put on totes, and they just sat on our porch until we got the basement done, and we moved it back into the basement. into our storage areas there. And then obviously they got moved to Minot. In Minot, they sat in the garage. And then they got moved here when we first lived here. A lot of those totes actually wound up in our garage here, and then they went to the storage unit. So some of the totes were so brittle between like the temperature fluctuation that they broke. So some of the totes we had purchased new totes to transfer things that in the broken totes. And I found some more of these. I found a whole bunch of these, and they have the I'm going to sell them. They're literally still sealed in like the hospital packaging, as well as a nipple to go with it. That is the, I can't think, rubber nipple versus the silicone nipples. I'm going to probably start selling some of those on eBay for people with reborns. I'm just going to sell them brand new in their packages. These ones are obviously ones that I've opened and kept, probably because they were used by one of my kids. I honestly don't remember. But when my son was in the NICU, the night before he was released, his nurse literally dumped a bunch of these bottles and then the the single-use nipples in a bag and sent them home with us. And then when I was pregnant with my daughter, I had gone to a WIC appointment, and they had given me a whole bunch more because we were unsure if I was going to pump. I can't breastfeed, just an FYI. I know that might be a TMI. But we were going to try to do pumping, and that ultimately did not work out. But they had given me a bunch of these bottles with the single-use nipples to try with that. But these ones, I don't know where they came from. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've got 2 Medellas and 1 Infamil. And there's one more. I got 4. Okay, so 2 Infamils and 1 Medella, which I'm pretty sure the Medella ones might have come from one of my pumps. I don't remember because I do have 2 different ones. And then I'm pretty sure the Infamil ones came from the hospital. So I got 4 of those. And the reason why I knew that there was that other one was because top came off when we were moving it. This stuff is all dusty. I'm going to have to clean it. And then that, and we've got these lids. There's another one somewhere in here. I don't know where it went. So I've got 2 Medella lids and 1 Infamil lid. So when they came in their packages, they come like this, and then this is separate. So like when your child, like if your baby's in the NICU sometimes, when your baby's in the NICU and you pump, and I'm sure even if you're on the regular ward and you pump, they'll have you put your baby's, your breast milk in like these, and then they have you label them, and then they put them in the fridge for your baby. They don't put the nipples on it. They have, like I said, the single-use nipples. Typically in the NICU, when you do that, you use these. You have the option of cleaning them and taking them home, or you can toss them and they'll just give you more. And then the single-use nipple you just toss. So I've got, like I said, 4 of those. I found 3 of the caps. I found a little gumdrop bottle. I do not remember who this was made by. Oh, does it say on the bottom? It says made in China. I can't remember what brand made gumdrops, but they had the silicone nipples, and they were blue. And you know what, guys, since I've kind of rambled a lot, we're going to do 1 drawer, and I'm going to do 3 videos on this. I know it's mundane, and nobody's going to watch all of them, but oh well. So we've got a gumdrop nipple, our bottle. Yeah, I'm just going to set these up here, because you can see them. And we're going to probably run out of room. I'll put those back over there. Oh, and this fell out too while we were carrying it up the stairs. This was my kid's. It's a Nook pacifier keeper. It popped. And it's got like a little hook. You hang it on your diaper bag. Lifesaver. So you always knew where your pacifiers were at. Oh, this is cute. We have got a little Hello Kitty bottle. I don't even know where this would have come from. And it's got a clear silicone nipple. And then it does have one of the things. I swear, I thought when I put this in there, like we had gone to the storage unit a few times and I saw it sitting there. I thought I had left liquids in these, and I was like dreading going through all this, but I am so glad. I think literally I tossed anything. I either dumped out if it had liquid in it, or I tossed it if it had liquid in it. Oh, this cap is weird. It only goes on like one specific way because it's got like a wave to it. I've got a purple Tommy Tippy, which is the basic Tommy Tippy nipple. I know that came in a set, and I think I just kept the purple one in. Oh, no, I guess I kept this aqua one as well. I know they came in a bigger set, and I've sold off or still have some of the other ones in my eBay. And then we've got this Nook bottle that's really cute. It's got an owl, a hedgehog, and a fox on it, and it's just pink. I believe I bought Crystal the same one. Crystal, correct me if I'm wrong, at some point in time. One of her dolls, I swear, had a fox as its mascot or theme. I know some of Reborners out there like myself, like you assign a theme to your doll, and I swear one of hers had a fox. And I saw this set, and it came in a set of 3, I believe, so I gave her one, I kept one, and then I think I sold one on eBay. Next I've got a Boone bottle. I know people love these. I am not a fan of them. They're just, I don't know. It's like more of a reusable drop-in, but people say that the Dr. Brown bottles have unnecessary amount of parts. Maybe for me, like with the whole drop-in situation, because I am so used to like the play school drop-ins. I think it's play school. Playtex drop-ins. I personally like with the drop-in, I like where I can just toss it and go. I mean, I get the sustainability part, but personally, I only used like drop-in type bottles was in our diaper bags because the whole, here's the other cap, on the whole ease of use, well, on the go. Oh, I know these came from the NICU. These are 2 Medela mini bottles with preemie. These are the preemie nipples on them. I know for a fact these came from the NICU. These are my daughter's when she was born. She, for some reason, when she was born, would gag on like, she was full term. She was just shy. She was born at 28 weeks and some odd days. She was a planned C-section. She was born 8 pounds, 8 ounces, healthy baby. But for some reason, like when she would try to suck on like this type of nipple, she would gag and throw up. So they had to go to the NICU and get preemie nipples for her. And she, like in the hospital, they have premixed formula. And they sometimes come, well, you could usually buy them, like I've got some in there, some Similac ones, the bottles are similar to this, and then they would just put on a single-use cap, and the bottle itself would be single-use. But once they started that bottle, they had an hour to finish it. And she, for the first week, 2 weeks of life, could not drink more than 2 ounces at a time. And the bottles came, I think, in 4 ounces. I think they're 4 ounces. Because these are the same size as that. Oh no, these are about 2.5. What are these? I don't even know what size these are. There's milliliters. Anyways, she basically could only drink half of one of those. So what the nurses did is they gave us 2 of these small bottles with the preemie nipples, and when she would get a bottle, we would open up like one like this size, dump half of it into here. They would go take and put a cap like this on it, go put it back in the fridge, because that's good for 24 hours as long as the baby has not used it. And then we could feed her one of these. And then when we went home, that's what we did as well, is we would just open up one of those, put half of it in here, put that half in the fridge, and then go on. She would eat this. She would eat like one of these every 2 hours, like where my son would eat one of these every 4 hours. So she was getting the amount. It was just, for some reason, she could only take in so much at a time. So I know where these came from. These came from my daughter, and they were from when she was in the hospital. She did not go to the NICU. They went to the NICU and grabbed those when we were having difficulties. So next up, we've got a Dr. Brown's bottle. It looks like it's a 4th of July. Guys, some of these might get washed. I'm going to wash them all, obviously, because they're ill. But some of these might end up in my eBay store. We've got a cute little Halloween one that says Mommy's Little Pumpkin. This one has actually been modified for a real care. Some of these, it looks like I modified them, and some of them I have not. I've got just a basic purple one, and that has actually a blue nipple on it. Okay, I do not know why. We've got Mommy's Little Boo with a little ghost and another blue nipple. I've got Love, and that just has a regular nipple. Red, White, and Cute. And this one says, I Heart You. Seems like there's a lot of Valentine's ones. Oh, this one's cute. It's got some little penguins on it. And then we've got a Hanging with My Chicks. That would be Easter. And we've got a cute little Easter bunny. And some of these that I haven't even, like, some of them still have the, like, cleaning brush. I don't know if you guys can see that still in there. I have literally just bought them and put them away. My Little Valentine. Honestly, and then, like, this last one in here says My First 4th. What I might do is take some of these Dr. Brown bottles and not modify them, but, like, make, like, a little holiday bundle and sell it on eBay. You know, if somebody wants to modify them themselves for a reborn, or, you know, for, especially like My First 4th, like somebody that's currently expecting, like we can do like a little Valentine. I got some Halloween, I got the Easter, make like a little holiday bundle with some Dr. Brown bottles. And then, oh, this is a card from Crystal from, oh, how long ago would this have been, Crystal? You still had Jeremy in this one. So this was a thank you, or a card from Crystal. That was probably in some love mail. And then I've got just a couple more bottles in this one. I'll go through this one in another video because we're already at 17 minutes. So, I hope to see you all later. And like I don't know if I've said it in the past, I'm just gone down to 1 video a week just because we are super busy. So I will see you all next week. Bye.